two of my favorite genres of books are spiritual growth and personal growth. So when you combine those, for me, that's my sweet spot. Spirituality and personal growth. Oh, love it, love it, love it. And I want to recommend two books. Yes, I'm going to recommend them to you. And I want to try to always include Black authors and just make a concerted effort to include them because, they don't have the Simon and Schuster's, backing them. And some of their books are just as good as these New York bestsellers. They just don't have the marketing and all of that to them. So these two are books that have been impactful for my life. So I want to just share those with us, and I recommend them to you. The first one is I Am Sam, 10 Keys to Success from Green Eggs and Ham. You heard that right. Green Eggs and Ham. Doesn't that sound familiar? It sounds familiar, right? Green Eggs and Ham was one of my favorite books growing up by Dr. Seuss. And this book is by the author Charles W. Johnson. And he has really honed in on some successful principles. And he said that he went into a car dealership, and the general manager of the car dealership actually told him that, he gives this book to his salespeople. And so Charles went, just dove in there a little deeper and said, hey, wait a minute. There are some great principles in this book, even though it's a children's book, some great principles for adults. The main character, who is Sam I am Sam, I am. You remember Sam was very confident about what he had to offer. He had to offer green eggs and ham. Okay. Now, who doesn't like ham and eggs? Who doesn't like ham and eggs? But his eggs were green, and he was pushing it. I want you to get these green eggs and ham. Green eggs and ham, want these green eggs and ham. And then after a while, people were turning him down. They said, I don't like green eggs and ham. And so Sam was like, well, would you like them this way? Do you want them this way? Can I put them in a box? Can I do this? That is him doing his research. And so let me just stop and say, if you are trying to start a business, if you're in business, if you're in a group, if you're a leader over a group, if you have an invention that you're working on, if there's a business you've got rolling around in your head, if there's a business you've already started, this is the book for you because it explains how what you're having to offer it. You may think, hey, this is a little different. I don't know if this is going to work. I want to do this, but I'm not sure. He explains how, first of all, you got to know who you are. You got to know who your product is. You got to be confident in what you're offering. You got to become the expert. All of these principles, I won't go into 10 of the principles, but the main thing I got out of this is that you got to offer it to somebody. You can't be scared to offer it. What is different for you could be what catapults you to the next level. He mentions about even hamburger places. How many hamburger places are there out there? I can name 6. That's my thing. I can name 6 hamburger places. McDonald's is different from Burger King. Burger King is different from Five Guys. Five Guys is different from BurgerFi. They're all different, but they all are offering hamburgers. There's something that you have that is your green part that you can offer. Do it. Offer it. Be confident about it. He also uses that, Sam was so confident about who he was. He didn't let the no's stop him. He just kept pushing. And in the Bible, Sam says, I am. God said, I am that I am. And we can call those things that be not as though they were. There's life in the power of the tongue. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And Sam just kept saying, Sam, I am. I have green eggs and ham. And he kept offering that. And of course, the conclusion of the book is this good conclusion because he ended up getting people that took his green eggs and ham. You're going to have somebody that they want that thing that sets you apart. Maybe you're a hairdresser, but your niche is natural hair. Or you know how to do some wigs, or you know how to do some braids, and you know how to do a certain type of braid. It's your niche, your thing that makes you different is what pushes you. So this book it really has helped me to know, hey, this little thing you're concerned about that's a little different. That could be the thing, girl, that the Lord has put in you to push, to get, he's given you, that is different from anybody else's. So love this book. I recommend it. Charles W. Johnson, I Am Sam. Get it. And listen here. I bet if you haven't done that thing, that business, that invention, that thing, you probably haven't done it because you're scared. You're scared to do it. You have fear about it. You're scared what people are going to say. You're scared it's not going to work. You're scared you're going to lose your money. You don't want to do it because the last time you tried it in 2007 and that nobody get it. And then I tried it in 2011. I tried to get somebody to help me. They wouldn't help me. But baby, let me tell you something. Once you read this book right here, No Fear Here by Anita Lynch, you're going to go do what it is you wanted to do. And you want to do No Fear Here by Anita Lynch. She takes you on this journey of being in fear and coming out of it. It's a good read. I'm telling you, it's a good read. It's not long, just like I Am Sam is not a long book. This is not a long book. But by the time you're finished, you're ready. What I need to do, where I need to go, who I need to talk to. I'm ready. Because one thing I like, the first line of the book, she says, come a little closer. Come a little closer. Yeah, you come a little closer and say, I will not walk in fear. I will not be in fear. You can do that. You can do that. She gives examples of the time when things happened to her and it put her in fear. It locked her in fear. And she explains how, really, fear, I always heard, it's not of God. You don't get in fear and don't be in fear. Fear is mentioned several times in the Bible. Fear not, don't do that. But I never realized that it is from the enemy, I know. But it is his way of controlling you. He will control you with fear and anxiety. You'll be so wrapped up in fear and anxiety, you'll be scared to go buy a little $12 dress at Ross because you don't want to spend no money because you got to hold on to your money because you ain't going to go to Ross and get a $20 dress. I'm not talking about myself. Tell you, I've been there. But she explains, she gives a powerful story about a lady that as a young girl, she had it going on. She was a boss, 27 years old. She had 2 bachelor's degrees, and she's a single mother, 2 bachelor degrees and a master's, making the coveted 6 figures, doing it. Got married at 27. Marriage didn't last long. So, okay, she starts to date. Her neighbor asked her out. She said, okay, yeah, why not? She's divorced, why not? She goes out on a date and then realizes, she'd rather just be friends with him. She tells me, hey, I'd rather just be friends. He says, okay. She comes home from work one night. Somebody's in her house and beats her down. Basically, in her eyes has ruined her life because now she don't want to do nothing. She doesn't want to be at the house by herself. She doesn't want to ever be in another relationship. 20 years have passed and fear has gripped her because of that one incident. The bold person that she was, fear gripped her and controls her that she's not gonna give nobody another chance. And she's not going to really be at the house by herself either because the enemy has gripped her in that. Anita gives her own testimonies and her own accounts of situations that she went through. Basically, like myself, had a bad accident in the snow and just held me bound for many years. Anita had an accident in the rain and it gripped her to the point where she wouldn't get in her own car. She had to get in a big vehicle. She didn't want to drive anymore. Then 5 years later, she gets hit by a trash truck. So the little bit of progress she did make, she was back in fear again. And she explains, which is true, it's been proven, fear and anxiety can change your whole health. It can cause you to have panic attacks, heart problems. Stress can lead to all kinds of problems. Her stomach was torn up after all of these things. She went to therapy, which, hey, this is a beautiful thing because she can talk to the Lord. Of course, all of this is all glory to God that she prayed. She got in the Word. She listened to of ministers that led her in the right direction, and she was able to come out of that. It didn't take a day, but over the course of time, after praying and reading and therapy, did I say that? And therapy. And she even says, hey, there are medications that can also help you. She's been in the health field. And so it can also help you. And her whole thing was throughout her life, she's been an independent woman. She's always wanted to have her own business, always wanted to thrive, be an entrepreneur. But this fear gripped every part of her life. Have you been there? The phone rings and, it's oh God, who is it? What happened? Okay, you get up in the morning and it's like, oh, what's going to happen today? Am I going to lose my job? Am I going to lose my husband? Is my wife going to leave me? Are my children going to get sick? Are they going to get in an accident? Fear on every time you turn around is some kind of fear that grips you. So she explains how she was able to get out of that thing through the help of the Lord and counseling. She is able to finally get the business that she wanted. The woman has 4, not one. She started out with 1 office. She now has 4 offices in 4 counties, 4 different counties. And on top of that, she has 4 traditional homes, able to help people in need that she's always wanted to do. She started out as an employee. Now she's an employer. Gotta love it. And you know why? She got out of fear. She defeated fear. She's not afraid anymore. And she explains this in this book. Will you get it? I mean, my goodness. I recommend this book, No Fear Here by Anita Lynch. So those are the 2 books that I recommend to you. Will you subscribe, baby? Couldn't hardly get that out. Subscribe. Will you like? Will you talk to me? I'm new and I need some views. Check it out. More books are coming. I've got so many I want to talk to you about. And so you can listen to them, read them, whatever the case may be. I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. Hey, almost forgot. Joy to the world. Joy. Joy to you. Joy to the world.